public vote.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 0 points.
Hello, and welcome back to I'm Sorry, 0 Points, Season 5, Episode 8, with me, Adrian.
And me, Seamus.
How are you, Seamus?
Oh, I'm very good. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. It's, dare I say, summer is on the way.
Yeah, it's summer in April. Nothing to worry about, everybody. We just had the hottest day of the year. And it's warmer in Ireland than it is in Spain right now. So nothing to worry about at all. No.
But that's our summer, probably. We've just had it. Enjoy.
Hope you enjoyed the summer, everybody. Okay, yeah, we got great feedback from the episode last week, Seamus.
We did, yes, actually, yeah. We had Vibe from Iceland on, as we remembered Iceland in Eurovision, and then we had our reviews of some more songs. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who got in touch with us and sent us messages who really enjoyed the episode. Love to hear the feedback, so always do keep it coming.
Absolutely, we love to hear the feedback, good and bad. Any online hate since we were talking?
No, I haven't received any more online hate, thank God.
Oh, that's a little disappointing.
Yes, yeah, my fans in Bulgaria have left me alone.
Okay, they've bigger things to worry about.
They do.
Right, okay. Let's tell the listeners what's coming up this week, Seamus.
So in this week's episode, we have 4 more songs to review for Eurovision 2026. So we're going to be reviewing the songs from Sweden, Poland, Portugal and Azerbaijan. And of course, we'll be handing out our 0 points of the week at the end of the episode as usual. So Adrian, where are we off to first?
Well, Seamus and listeners, we are heading north to the powerhouse of Eurovision, that is Sweden. After another marathon session of Melodifestivalen, the Swedish public and international juries have spoken, and they are sending a literal chart topper to Vienna. So representing Sweden in 2026 is Felicia with the high-octane track, My System. Throughout Melodifestivalen, Felicia was the standout from the start, winning Heat 2 in Gothenburg by a landslide. And in the grand final, she swept the boards, taking the top spot with 161 points after winning both the international jury and the public televote. She's now carrying the hopes of the nation, looking for their record-breaking 8th Eurovision victory. So Felicia is 24 years old and hails from the suburbs of Stockholm. Before her music career exploded, she worked regular jobs, including stints as a telemarketer and working in restaurants. Her rise to fame is unique. In 2022, she teamed up with a producer called Rasmus Ghazi to front the music project, now forgive my pronunciation here, Fröken Snusk, which means Miss Smut. They pioneered Epidonk. Do you remember what Epidonk is?
No.
You don't remember us talking about this last year? Well, it's a
God.
high-energy, bass-heavy genre associated with rural Swedish youth culture and the APA tractors. And there are cars that are modified so they can be driven by 15-year-olds. So I think we did talk about this.
It's coming back to me now.
The project was famous for its crude, sexually explicit lyrics and the fact that the singer was always hidden behind a pink balaclava. This led to a massive cultural divide in Sweden, millions of streams from fans, but heavy criticism from the musical elite. The transition to the Felicia we see in 2026 was a multi-step process. In early 2024, she won Masked Singer Sweden as the character of the chameleon. Even then, the public didn't officially know her name, only as Fröken Snusk persona. In April 2025, after a fallout with her former producer, it was revealed that Felicia Eriksson was the original voice behind the mask. She officially left the project to launch a solo career under her own name. Upon going solo, she made a choice to keep a partial face mask. She has explained in interviews that she has struggled with social anxiety since childhood. The mask serves as a psychological safe space, allowing her to separate her private life from the high-pressure world of entertainment. The song My System was conceived at an international songwriting camp in Iceland by a truly Scandinavian team. Now, will you get this, Seamus? So it included Felicia herself, Julie Bergman and Emily Harbach, who are Norwegian pop royalty, Theresa Rex, who's the Danish voice you'll recognize from the global hit Solo Dance, and Adon Agnar Gudbranson, a Norwegian producer and songwriter. So huge team there. The song itself is described as a techno house anthem. Lyrically, My System explores the intoxicating and sometimes toxic nature of a crush you can't just shake. It's about that person who gets under your skin and into your system until you can't think of anything else. So Sweden is competing in semi-final 1. Felicia will perform second in the lineup immediately after Moldova and just before Croatia. So let's have a listen to My System. Seamus, can we get your review, please, of Sweden, Felicia, My System, Hit Us?
Is she in my head, my heart, my body parts?
Oh,
I'm
lovely.
not
Oh, that
sure.
was a lovely one, Seamus.
Nice segue. I'm not sure she is in my head, my heart, my body parts, to be honest.
Oh, no, Seamus, tell us why not.
But look, she's certainly in some people's heads, obviously, because she got enough votes to win Melody Festival. And although I would say another weak Melody Festival this year, in my opinion.
Right, okay.
I don't know.
And you do love Melody Festival, you do.
Sure, it's great. Who doesn't love it?
Yeah.
But recently, the standard has not been great. Like the past couple of years, the songs in Melody Festival haven't been great, and I thought this year it was weak. And I guess she was the best of the bad lot, or the strongest of the bad lot. I don't know what way you want to put it. And maybe that's a bit unfair, actually, of us, because, maybe we just have really high expectations of Sweden at Melody Festival every year. Like, if this was to represent us, for example, we would be wetting ourselves with excitement. But maybe because it's Sweden, we just have higher expectations. It is very Swedish, I'll give it that. Like, it is slick, it is well produced, it is well presented, very polished, and it is very catchy. Mm-hmm. But it is lacking something for me, and I'm not entirely sure what that something is, but I just feel it's lacking something. I was interested there when you were talking about her kind of what she wears and the mask and all that thing, because I was wondering what in God's name was the mask all about, because I hadn't done any research on her. And I did find that a bit weird. And she changes the mask then halfway through the song and she puts on sunglasses. And I was like, all right, is she like still stuck in COVID era? I feel a bit triggered here with the all mask. But I thought it was just maybe a play on the lyrics of the song, kind of, and that whole kind of trying to protect yourself and your identity kind of a little bit. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I don't know. I just think it is a little bit weird. And in terms of a styling aspect, I would actually change everything she's wearing personally. Oh. Yeah. Look, the lyrics won't blow you away. And interestingly, you called out a good few names there now as well. Again, another song with a load of songwriters, and the lyrical content wouldn't be the best. A little bit bland, I would even say, the lyrics. But again, it's well presented. However, I do think if you took away the strobe lighting, this would have very limited visual appeal or impact. In saying all that, I know I'll be dancing to it in the Euroclub. It is a good song in a club. I'm just not sure, will this be good on stage in Vienna? And if that will come through on TV, I'm not so sure. However, it's Sweden, so it'll probably sneak into the top 10 just about. But a musical injection in my system, it is not. What do you make
Oh,
of it?
I love that one. Jesus, Seamus, you really have researched the lyrics. Well done on that.
What
Yeah.
do you think of it?
What do I think of it? I agree with a lot of what you're saying, if I'm being honest with myself. I think it's definitely a banger. You know, when people go, oh,
Mm,
it's a banger, and sometimes it's not. I definitely think this is,
yeah.
it's kind of got that real heavy, heavy, heavy sound. I think she's a good performer. I do like the little dance break. I think it'll appeal possibly to younger viewers. Um, and like you, I think the staging will be slick and amazing, but it needs to be because I
Mm,
think the song is very basic lyrically. And I do feel that it does feel and look and sound very manufactured. That it's not very authentic, but like, hey, it is Sweden. Like they
mm,
make up pop songs for fun in
yeah.
Sweden. So yeah, the mask is a problem for me. And I respect her choices to wear a mask. It's fine. But she does remind me of Valentina and RuPaul's Drag Race. And I think somebody is going to say it's a song contest. What part of that don't you understand? Take it off, because
Mm,
I find it really off-putting if you can't see a singer's lips
mm.
moving. And I know it was Sheldon Riley did that before as well, the
Oh,
singer for
yes. From
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, but I think it adds to that disconnect, and that's the problem. It's fine. I respect your choice to do it, and if it helps her, great. But I just think that it already feels a little disingenuous. If I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it just feels like I'm not connecting with this.
Mm,
When I'm listening to it, I do. Funnily enough, when I see it visually, I don't. It's like going, yeah, it's too dark as well, and it's like you can't see her properly. And, maybe it's all playing into that, maybe the nerves that she has, or maybe the confidence. And I'm going to say this, you said it kind of triggers stuff for you. I think some people might think she's actually singing about COVID, getting into my system, and she's wearing a
yeah.
mask. And so I think, you know, we'll have seen this loads of times. Eurovision fans will have watched Melody Festival, and a lot of people will see this for the first time in the semi-final. So I think it's going to have a hard time resonating with the general audience of the Eurovision. And for that reason, I think this may struggle. And I would be putting a small little mini bet that it might not actually get through to the final,
Oh.
because that semi-final one is stacked
Mhm.
like big time. And I know it's in the second, it's drawn second. That doesn't really matter in the semi-final. It might matter more in the final. And I don't particularly think that this song is very jury friendly.
Could she
You
be the
know,
next Anna Bergenthal?
I'd give Anna a break, because she's just like, no, I wouldn't like to see that. I mean, obviously it's Sweden, a lot of pressure
Yeah.
representing Sweden. So,
But don't win, please.
well, yeah, that too.
From
But
an
though
Irish perspective.
this will not win.
Oh, absolutely not.
I know. I don't think it's going to win. No, no, no.
No.
I don't think it is going to win. I have seen her in interviews, and she's quite outspoken, but we won't go there.
I actually like her as a person.
Yes, she does seem there's something edgy about her that I do like.
Mm,
And I think she has been talking about the staging of this, and she has been quoted as saying it'll be something that we've never seen before in
no.
Eurovision.
Should
And
they
I'm
all
like,
say
going,
that?
what could that be?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, we've literally seen everything in Eurovision,
Yeah.
but it needs to be like elevated unbelievably to make it over to the left-hand side of the. I don't think this is a top 10 even.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think it might get like a 10th. I don't see it like doing very well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. It's just one of those. And I think it's because I think there's a lot of stronger songs this year as well. So
Yeah.
So that's Sweden. I suppose time will tell, as we say.
True.
And I think, if I was them, I'd be a little nervous and making sure I'm elevating my game.
Yes.
And I would advise against the mask, but I'll say that softly.
But who are we? Who are we?
Who are we? Who are we, Seamus? Anyway, enough about us, Seamus. Where are we going to next?
We're off to Poland next. And on the 8th of March, it was announced that Alicia had won the national final in Poland the evening before after she topped the public vote. So Alicia became a well-known face and voice in Poland after she won The Voice Poland in 2019 and released her debut album in 2024. So Alicia goes to Eurovision with her song Pray, which she co-wrote along with Weronika Gabrielska and Sinclair Alan Malcolm. The song is described as a deeply personal story about an artist's journey, faith in their dreams, and the act of praying for those dreams to come true. And dreams really do come true because Alicia was due to represent Poland in Eurovision 2020 with the song Empires after she won the national final back then. But of course, the contest was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year, Alicia heads to Vienna where she'll perform Pray in 14th position in the first semi-final on the 12th of May. Let's have a listen to Pray.
You need a sip of holy water. Ooh, don't want no problems with my mother's daughter. Scared, now I guess I'm taking over. Hey, trickery ain't nothing new. Front page of your news, there ain't nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. In my era, no more era, so stay out of my way. Dropping all the number ones with white gloves on my hands. Honey, I'm trying to stay where the sky ends, paving my own ways with what important phrase. Pray,
Adrian, what do you make of Pray for Poland?
Oh, Seamus. Well, firstly, I'm delighted for her that she's got her chance. Look, I really like the start of this song. You know, it kind of lures you in. It's like, oh, wow, what are we getting here? A little bit of R&B and soul. But then after about 30 seconds, it goes off on a tangent and it never really comes back. And yeah, that's about it. You know, 2/3 of this song is so confusing. There's about 3 songs or 4 songs in one. I think, you know, we've spoken about this before. This is certainly suffering from an identity crisis, big time. I really like the run at the end of the song. So I like the start and the end. So I was kind of thinking, like, if I was advising them, I would say after perhaps the first 30 seconds that she goes into a 2.5-minute run to the end of the song, just the longest run ever in Eurovision history. And it might actually work because the current arrangement of the song does not. It's very bad, I'm going to have to say. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I think she's a great singer. She's a beautiful singer. Just a really poor song. And I think it's going to struggle big time. Like, how would you stage this? I was kind of thinking, how are they going to stage this song? Because with the way the song is at the moment, I think it needs to be staged really well. But like, how are you supposed to connect staging with the song when the song has an identity crisis? So yeah, happy for her. I really am. I think she's a great singer, but I think this is going to struggle big time. Seamus. Sorry, I feel so bad.
So diplomatically put.
Yeah, but like, I mean, she's a good singer. There's no denying that.
Yeah. Oh,
but,
no,
like,
absolutely.
The song is just, yeah. What do you think, Seamus?
Pretty much the same, to be honest. I was wondering what you would make of this. And yeah, pretty much the same. I did like the start as well. I like the start. It's very much kind of take us to church kind of vibes.
Yes.
I like that. But then it takes too long to kind of get into the song. Like, it's 15 minutes before the beat comes in.
It's a long way to the church.
It is a long way to the church. And so there's little bits I like. So I like the start that take me to church. I like the spoken word bits. And then, yes, I love the vocal runs towards the end of the song. And absolutely, I agree. Like, Alicia has an amazing voice, such a great voice. She could sing anything. And in this song, she's kind of proving that. Like, she could and can sing anything. However, it is very fragmented, the song. I feel like I'm watching The Voice America, and it's the blind auditions on The Voice America. That's what I feel like I'm watching, you know, and she's kind of vocally showing off what she can do, which would be great if it was The Voice America, but this is Eurovision.
Would you turn your chair?
I would, yeah, because like she has an amazing voice, but this, I don't think, will work on Eurovision. And I agree. I think this is really going to struggle. I don't think this will get out of the semis, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because she's a great talent. She has a great voice. And I actually liked her song from 2020, Empires. I thought it was quite a good song.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just too fragmented,
Do you
hard
think
to
it
get
sounds?
into it.
Do you think it sounds American?
It does, yeah, yeah. It's the kind of thing I would expect to see on The Voice America, or
Yeah.
like at an American gospel choir or church, type thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just cannot see this doing well in Eurovision. And you're right about the staging. How is she going to stage it? Now, it wasn't too badly staged at the national final, but
Yeah.
at times I was like, does she need the dancers? I'm not sure she does. And yeah, they were a bit distracting. And yeah, it's
Hmm.
too there's too much going on in this 3 minute song.
Absolutely. Best of luck.
Sorry, Poland. Bring back Justina
Yeah,
up in the
because it's
ropes
not
in
a
the sky.
exactly Gaia.
Okay, let's move
No.
on quickly. Where are we off to next,
Oh,
Adrian?
all right. Okay. Whoever it is, I'm sure they're shaking right now. Okay. So now we're heading to the sun-drenched plains of the Alentejo as we review Portugal's entry for Eurovision 2026. This year, Portugal is sending Bandidos to Canta with their easy listening folksy song called Rosa. And that translates to Rose.
I
Ooh.
would have never guessed.
As is tradition, Portugal chose their entry to the legendary festival de Catsau. This year was the 60th edition of the contest, and it was a nail biter. So Bandidos de Canto were actually invited by the broadcaster RTP to participate. They were one of only two acts in the national final that explicitly stated they wanted to go to Eurovision if they won. In the grand final, they weren't actually the jury's top pick. That was João Ribeiro, but the Portuguese public fell in love with them, giving them the maximum 12 points. So with a total of 22 points, they secured their ticket to Vienna. So who are these bandits? They're a quintet of childhood friends from Baya, and their names are Miguel Costo, Duarte Farias, Francisco Raposo, Luis Alexo, and Francisco Pestana. They actually started out under the name Amigos de Alentejo back in 2022, but they rebranded to Banditas de Canta as they leaned into a more contemporary pop meets traditional folk sound. They've already seen huge success at home. Their debut album, Amigos Colorados, was a massive radio hit, and they arrived at the national final fresh off the release of their debut album, Barrio de Flores. The song itself, as I said, is called Rosa. It's a massive collaboration effort. Now, wait till you hear this, Seamus.
How
It's
many
written.
songwriters?
Now, hold on. It's written by a long list of talent, including the 5 band members themselves,
Mhm.
along with names like Guy Alves and Kasha, who are members of the pop band DAMA and mentors to the group, and Blue Way and Gonzalo Narciso. So there was 9 collaborators altogether on this one, Seamus.
Mm.
Yes, so at its heart, Rosa is a poetic exploration of beauty, fragility, and the thorns that come with love. It's a tribute to the band's roots. It takes the polyphonic choral style of Cante Alentejo and wraps it in a modern pop production. The band has stated that Rosa is about representing their heritage with responsibility, respect, and dignity, making it a very personal anthem for them to take to the global stage. So Bandidos de Canto will be performing in the first semi-final in 5th position after Greece and before Georgia. Let's have a listen to Rosa.
Fazem-me lembrar de ti, com saudade do teu beijo. És a rosa mais bonita que brotou ao sul do És a rosa mais bonita que brotou no Alentejo.
So Seamus, what do you think of Rosa?
Well, first of all, can I just say congrats on the old Portuguese pronunciation there? There was a lot of words that you could have got tripped up on.
Oh, I probably did, but I did my best.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to do them. So, Portugal this year. Nice voices.
Yeah.
And very nice when they sing together, actually. That's when I kind of like it best, when they're all
Mm.
singing together in harmony. The music is very nice also, and it definitely helps with that kind of romantic feel to the song. It's very easy listening and feels kind of typically Portuguese, in my opinion. However, it is so easy listening that I kind of find myself falling asleep nearly.
Oh
Um,
no, Seamus. No, no, you can't
yes,
be
I
after
know.
that.
It's never a good
Okay.
thing to be falling asleep
No.
during a song. Yeah, I just can't warm to this, to be honest. And now I think for some people watching Eurovision, this will probably be a nice break. It'll be a nice interlude amongst all the kind of chaos and the fireworks and flames and everything else. So maybe people will like that. But for me, it's just erring too much on the boring side, if I'm honest.
Oh
But
no.
I've been proven wrong by Portugal before, and while I think this won't qualify, you never know. It could do. So yeah, it's not for me, but I'm sure other people will like it. What do you make of it?
Hmm. I like it a lot. Yeah, I do like it. I like it for the fact that it is slow and it's atmospheric, and I think it will stand out for that reason. For me, this is kind of like a breath of fresh air as amongst all the madness. But obviously, there's a risk there that this will be overshadowed by bigger staging of songs and louder songs, and there's a lot of them in
Mm,
this year's Eurovision. So this could work. That could work to their advantage, and it may not. But I do like it. I like you. I like the harmonies, and I like the different tones of the voices. When they're singing solo and then when they harmonize, I think it's really nice. And I do like the fact that this is different. I don't get the love aspect of this song at all. This song makes me feel sad, and it makes me feel emotional. And I think there's something slightly haunting about this, or something. I do feel like we're saying goodbye to somebody, or like I'm in a harbor waving goodbye
mm,
to like a ship going to battle kind of thing.
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is so sad. I don't, I actually did not research the lyrics. I know it's something about roses in the garden and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
And, but I'm just kind of going with how it makes me feel, I suppose.
Mm.
And I would think I would hear this in the in memorandum section of the Oscars. That sort of thing. When
That's
they're
not
saying like,
good.
who we lost this year.
Yeah,
I just maybe it's just the way I'm feeling this moment, but that's you know
that's the hangover kicking in.
could be the hangover, yeah. But yes, do you know what I mean though? Like, I mean, I think
Yes,
there's something
I
really
totally get what you mean.
there's
Yeah.
yeah. I think juries will like this though.
Mm,
And I think that's where their hope will lie.
yes.
And I really hope this qualifies, as it's because it is something different. And I'd like to see this in the final. I think this is a song where you go, oh, that's Portugal, and it has that authentic feel, which is quite the opposite to the previous two songs that we kind of
Hmm.
reviewed. So I like that. And I like the fact that, it's in Portuguese and it's the only song in Portuguese. So and I know, I know we're laughing at that, but I think it's important from a Eurovision perspective that the different sounds and, the different cultures are represented.
Hmm.
That's what, for me, Eurovision, or one thing that Eurovision is about. So I'd like to see this do well, but, they've done similar before and it kind of did work out very well.
Yeah.
So one thing they need to do, though, is they need to do something about, they're five guys, handsome enough. They need to do something about the styling, and
Yes.
they need to play on that.
Mm.
And I'd like to see a lot of like looks into the camera.
Yeah, I would like
You
more
know,
chemistry and
yeah,
yeah,
more
more
chemistry and
styling,
like
better styling.
and better
Mm.
styling. And I think it'll appeal to all those who like men. So yeah.
And Portuguese music.
Oh yeah, and Portuguese music. Yeah. I would like to see this in final, but yeah, probably will struggle. But
You always love the Portugal entry.
I do.
You
I
do.
do.
Whatever it is, you love the
Whatever.
Portuguese entry.
Yeah, I do. I do. I like Portugal as well. It's a great country. Yeah. Right, Seamus. Where are we heading to for our final review?
From Portugal to Azerbaijan, and the Azerbaijani broadcaster Iktimai have internally selected
Oh.
JIVA to represent the Land of Fire in Vienna in May with her song Just Go. JIVA, whose real name is Jamala Hashimova, is a 43-year-old singer-songwriter. She's been singing professionally since 2003, and she works as a solo artist but has also performed with two bands, Rast and Has Band. In 2011, she tried for Eurovision as she participated in the national selection that year. And of course, that was the year that Azerbaijan won Eurovision with Elle and Nikki and the song Running Scared. We were there in Dusseldorf. Jiva last year won The Voice of Azerbaijan, and she has been selected to represent Azerbaijan from among 18 acts who this year put their name into the hat. So she's going with the song Just Go. The song was written by Fuad Javidov and will be performed by Jiva in the second position of the second semi-final on the 14th of May. So here it is, Just Go.
You said our love would never die, but you fooled me once again. You played your little game, you burned the faith I had inside. Now every word feels like a lie. I'm done, I'm saying goodbye. Go, I don't love you anymore. Go, without you I'll shine. You know I'll erase you from my soul. Go, I don't wanna see your face. Go, no more tears will ever flow. I'm begging you, just go. Beni terk et, yoruldum yalanından. Beni terk et, bezmişem bu oyundan. Beni terk et, kurtulun bu alovdan. Beni terk et, çık benim dünyamdan. Go, go.
Adrian, what do you make of Azerbaijan for this year's Eurovision?
Well, James, I'm going to go with Jiva first instead of Jiva. I'm going to go with Jiva, right? I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, I think she's a good singer. I think this is a nice song. I think you get the message of the song. I do like the different language used for the kind of key change verse and like that. But it is very dated. And I don't think the song is really going anywhere. And I think this is going to struggle to qualify. And I don't think we'll be heading back to Baku. What do you think?
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, like the intro.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet too. Yeah, I agree. Well, actually, no, I think this song is going somewhere. It's going back in
Oh.
time to the 1990s. That's where it's going. Look, I like the music. I like the piano at the start of the song. It's a lovely, simple song, and it's enjoyable for what it is, but it certainly wouldn't make you hit the replay button. It
No.
bangs of a song that, comes from the early 90s. And, back then, this song would have been great with a lovely
It
big
would have done
orchestra behind
very
it.
well. It would
Yeah.
have done very well.
It
Yeah.
really would have. But we're not in the 90s. It's Eurovision 2026, and this song is going to struggle to qualify because it is. It comes across very outdated, old-fashioned, and as nice as a song as it is, it's just not going to resonate with people, I think. And it feels like, I don't know, it feels like very little effort has gone into this song. And I don't know what's going on with Azerbaijan in Eurovision because at one point they were a powerhouse, and like the first 6 years in Eurovision, they finished in the top 10. But the past few years, it feels like they've either gotten bored of Eurovision or they're just not interested anymore, or I don't know what it is, but the quality of artists and the quality of song that they're sending is nowhere like it was in the early days. So, yeah, just go to Vienna, but pack lightly because you'll probably be getting an early flight back, I'd say.
Boom. Seamus, that was a good one. How long did it take you to get How long did it take you to come up with that one?
Oh, who knows? Probably a week.
Oh. I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry,
Yeah.
Azerbaijan. Sorry. It's
Yeah.
not.
I
Just not
was
coming.
kind of hoping, it was like, the UK's Just Go, like big voice, like real kind of, oh yeah.
Yeah,
But it's like, no,
no.
this won't be struggling for the final votes.
God, it's just so
Yeah.
lackluster. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Okay. Kind of weird
Yeah.
what's happening in Azerbaijan, really, isn't it?
It's very strange. I don't know what's going
Very
on.
strange.
Like, they sent some great bangers over the years, but
Yes.
lately it hasn't been good. So
No, it
yeah, we've
has
had a
not.
real mixed bag of songs this week.
Yeah. So listeners, let us know what you think.
Yes. Maybe you love Portugal and Poland and Azerbaijan and Sweden.
I feel kind of bad. Have we been mean this week, Shims? Have we
No, I don't
been
think we
mean?
have. We're just being real. As I
Well, I
always
don't think
say,
have we been
keep it real.
okay. Yeah, keep it real. Exactly.
We don't
Because we're
sugarcoat it.
such because we're such industry heavyweights.
Absolute mall. That's it.
Absolute.
A producer and a songwriter right here.
Oh yeah. Like look at our back catalogue of work. It's enormous. Yeah.
Now, it's come to that time, Adrian, where we need to give out our 0 points of the week. So, what or who is getting your 0 points this week?
Well, pink eye is getting my
I'm sorry, what now?
0 points. Oh, I had an eye infection
Oh,
for the week. Yeah.
what
So
happened to you?
I don't know. And it's not from anything,
Really?
yeah, unhygienic. But yeah, I've had an eye infection and I've had itchy eyes. But
Oh,
I've never had itchy eyes before. It's really irritating, obviously, and annoying. So, and it was the first time I had an online consultation with a doctor. Because
oh,
with my medical insurance and stuff, it's one of the things you can do instead of
yeah.
having to go to your doctor, blah, blah, blah. And I was in a hurry because I had been in the UK this week and I was going home like down the country. So I was like, I need to get something for this. So like I had to like put my eye up to the camera.
I was just going to say, how did that go? Did you literally have to hold
Yeah,
your
and
eye
then
close to the
and then
camera?
I had to like take pictures of my eye and stuff. It was like really weird. So itchy eyes, pink eye infection. So yeah, I'm on some medication and like eye drops and stuff, and they seem to be working. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
so
Hmm.
that is getting my 0
Like
points.
Delta Goodrum, you have innocent eyes.
Yeah. Oh my God, you are on fire tonight. So Seamus, what's getting your 0 points?
Oh, what's getting my 0 points? I was kind of struggling for 0 points this week actually, but then I thought of something that I'd been watching lately, and I don't know if you or any of the listeners has been watching it, but I'm a Celebrity South Africa was on, and I was
Oh
kind of half
yes.
tuned into it. And yeah, my 0 points is going to David Hay and Jimmy Bullard. That's who's getting
Oh
my
right.
0 points.
Oh, you're on team. What's his name?
Team Adam Thomas. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I'm on his team per se because, he could have reacted
Yeah.
better.
Correct.
But I would be more his side than the other side.
I think there's something really sinister about David Hay.
Oh, I don't like him at all.
Yeah,
And
there's something really sinister about
yeah,
him.
like,
Uh,
I'm sorry. What did he say about his girlfriend? He said his girlfriend has a personality of an ugly bird. I'm like, there's something
oh,
seriously wrong if you say that
marry me,
about your
David.
girlfriend. Yeah, put a ring in
Marry
it,
me,
David.
David.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. There's
So yeah.
something. I do love Gemma Collins, though.
I
She's
never
so.
liked her
Oh,
until
she's really
this,
funny. She's
and
really funny.
she is hilarious in fairness.
Yeah,
It was great TV. Like the final was brilliant. They were all
yeah,
walking
yeah.
off set, and then nobody came
Yes.
back to talk at the end. And like it was great TV. But yeah,
Mm,
David Hay and Jimmy Bullard are getting my 0 points this week.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of people would agree with you there. Let us know if you don't agree. That's the other
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
So Seamus, just before we I think we're what, 3 weeks out from the Eurovision now?
I think is it 3 or is it 2? Yeah.
Have you
Oh my
got your
God.
bags packed?
Not at all. You know me.
Have you got
packing
your
last minute
flags
.com.
purchased? Your
No,
safe flags?
I will be flagless, as I said in the last
Mm,
episode, because I won't
mm,
be giving the EBU any more money for a
yeah.
flag certificate. So
Yes.
I'm flagless. And oh my God, yeah, it's 2 weeks to Eurovision. Where the
Oh
hell has the
wow.
time gone?
Exactly. Where has it gone?
Yes. And so we have 2 episodes left, is it? Because we have 4 more songs left to review. And then we're also going to do a Remembering Ireland in Eurovision episode.
Correct. So let us know about your choices, like your favorite Irish entries, your
Worst
honorable
Irish entry.
worst Irish entries, your honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And I know there's an awful lot to choose from, which is great.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
going to be interesting to see how it goes on the day and see what
Yes.
people feel about Ireland in Eurovision right now.
Yes, so get in touch. Remember to keep an eye on the Instagram because that's where we'll be putting up some question boxes in the stories, and you'll be able to give us your favourite and worst Irish songs over the years in Eurovision. So yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Search 0 points, and we might even have a special guest on that Remembering Ireland episode.
Oh,
A
yes.
former winner, perhaps.
Oh, you're such a tease.
Oh,
Seamus,
I love
such
teasing.
a tease. I know. We all know that. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for listening, everybody.